Well, first off, I don't want to get a used copy of this game. Every card is going to be copied and covered in cum. Like every single card. Half of them will be stuck together. Like you know what's going to happen. There's no such thing as a used version of this game that isn't completely sullied. So that's going to be a problem. We won't be able to get a deck that's not completely covered in semen. So I mean, I guess we could do something to try and rectify that. Rectum. Sorry, I got distracted.
Well, Trump just played some 4D chess by nominating a minority Hispanic and female woman to be the replacement for Ruth Bader Ginsburg to be a new Supreme Court justice. Now, this is 4D chess for a lot of reasons. One, this is another woman. So by picking a woman, and more so by picking a minority woman, Trump is setting up the left and Democrats for absolute failure. Because what are they going to say? How dare you elect a minority? That would go against the Democrats and what they've been saying they value, which is helping diversity and inclusion. And this will...
So I'm not going to speak for the libs because I'm not a lib whisperer. I know some people have thought I have that power. I don't. If I did at one point, I've lost it. I'm now just considered a rad lib commie at best by most parts of the internet. But I'm pretty sure they've never just said we want minorities. I like that meme, like more female CEOs. More female CEOs and more war crimes committed by women. We've done it. We've got representation.
Literally change the face of America for the next 30 to 40 years. And in other news, Trump forces TikTok to be sold to get rid of those Chinese spies, and even forces TikTok to pay $5 billion to fund education and jobs and to teach patriotism. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on the internet, we're going to talk about 4D chess. Now, I love talking about interdimensional checkers. So here we are on the Daily Mail. Trump says his nomination for the Supreme Court.
I don't think we've ever watched Mr. Obvious on this channel for obvious reasons. I mean, the production value is pretty scuffed. It's pretty boring to listen to, but I don't know anyone else so far who's talked about interdimensional checkers. So here we go.
Will be a very talented, very brilliant woman, because he likes them much more than I like men, as he calls Hispanic judge Barbara Lagoa, and that was a quote, by the way, like, the author of the article is not saying that he liked men, it was a quote from Trump. So he calls the...
Does anyone read it that way? That's got really strong no homo energy.
Barbara Lagoa, an extraordinary person, and praises Amy Coney Barrett. I don't know if I said any of that right, but there you go. So this is incredible because not only is Trump ignoring the Democrats and their attempt to stop Trump from picking a new member of the Supreme Court, this is historical. This could change the face of the election. Let's say the Democrats cheat, most likely will, in the upcoming election. If the election is contested for...
A citation needed. And so far, the only people who are really trying to do voter fraud seem to be the Republicans. Why are they pushing so much to, I don't know, abolish the Postal Service? Because, I don't know, does it have anything to do maybe with the fact that mail-in ballots typically, historically, seem to go towards Democrats? So let's just sever democracy at the limbs. And that's what little is left, by the way. There's a crumb of democracy, all right? It's just little snippets. And so then it's basically like...
And it's Trump versus Joe Biden. Who's president? Well, go to court. And if it goes to the Supreme Court, well, now that they have a...
That wasn't me.
Trump versus Joe Biden. Who's president? Well, go to court. And if it...
The fuck? Just what? I don't know what the fuck happened there, but you just leave that in? Yeah, no. Yeah, okay, good take. Great.
It goes to the Supreme Court. Well, now that they have a conservative constitutionalist, boom. You're going to have someone that's probably going to vote in favor of Trump, especially if he wins on election night. This could change everything. This is huge. Now, we're going to talk about all of that and more, including the leftist breakdown and mental destruction. There's so much salt. But before we do, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And click the campaign. Click the link down below.
Virtue signal. Deplorables. Virtue signal the game of social justice. Deplorables expansion. 14,000 US in seed money. That's so many seeds. Is this Greta? Is Greta on the cover saying how dare you? Virtue signal. Deplorables. All right, we're derailing. Oh no way. Oh no way. The fuck is wrong with you people? What the fuck is wrong with you people? $15,000. $15,000.
Fine. What am I supposed to say here? Virtue Signal's a bad game, and if you backed it, you're a bad person. Like, I heard it's all stolen, and the whole thing's like a scam and stuff. Also, it's cringe, and it's boring, and I hate it, but also I don't care. Like, I'm not even mad at all. Thanks, capitalism! Anyway, if the original was bad, the expansion's like $100. Why can't you make positive things? Like, for me, it's all about being positive and spending your energy on, like, the galaxy.
Virtue Signal Deplorables is the first major expansion to the Virtue Signal game that released in 2019. Where the original game picks mainly on the radical left, Deplorables satirizes the more colorful personalities on the so-called political right. Dangerous incels, psychotic trolls, the fundamentalist zombie rednecks of the cursed earth, and others we completely made up. As the deplorable player, you are a parasite on the taint of humanity, and you exist only to make regular people miserable. Invade their personal spaces with your toxic minions, stalk them and get their docs, pull weird pranks that serve no purpose, and wreak havoc purely for your own sick entertainment.
This is basically 4chan culture, the game. That's exactly what this is. Like, this is what 4chan culture is. It's all for the lulz, right? It's like, haha, you know about the Jewish question? LOL, LOL, ooh, 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 dian, ya. And this is the game version of it. Pranks that serve no purpose other than to trigger.
Are you in reality a Russian bot? Unclear, but we assume that you are. Of course, the more irritating you become...
Yeah, thanks, Vermin. Is that, like, do my eyes deceive me? Is that... The fappening plot. I hope you feel good about yourselves. While this plot is in effect all female identifying social justice warrior players with leaked docs must keep their hands revealed at all times. This access can be gained or lost after the plot has been played. And yeah, looks like unconsensual photos being taken. Like, is this revenge porn, the card? It's like, yo, I play revenge porn. Haha, now you've got trauma and PTSD for the rest of your life, and you're gonna have trouble getting jobs.
Of course, the more irritating you become, the more likely you are to incur the wrath of the banhammer, get simped by some random ethot, or get deplatformed entirely.
Oh my god. Like, so many of these things, when we watch them, I'm like, I just feel sorry for you. I just... Can you imagine meeting up with your buddies and be like, yo, what do you want to do? I don't know, man. We could drink, you know, we can go to the beach, something like that. No, man, I got Virtue Signal, Deplorables, the new expansion set, so we can play this card game where we all try to annoy each other, and then if you become the most annoying one, you win.
Justice inevitably comes to all.
So it's like, be the change, right? So don't be the hatred and the judgment. We're here to evolve as souls. The world is in pain. Did that answer the question? I forgot the question.
Fuck. Part of me, like, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, do y'all want to play it? Because, you know, we could just buy a used deck so it doesn't give them direct support and play it on stream. But fuck no. I'm not touching this.
Supremacy. Neo-fascism. Nazi clowns. Milk. Now more than ever it is important to remember the true meaning of social justice. Your life might just depend on it.
Virtue Signal is a card game that parodies left-wing social justice activism. Here's how it works. In Virtue Signal, everyone rolls...
Okay, so y'all probably hired a voice actor off Fiverr and definitely wanted it to be British. Oh man, I really feel bad for that Fiverr guy. Especially because, like, if he has no idea what this is about. It's like, oh no, it's delightful to be here. I'm very happy you're going to be using my services. So what exactly do you want me to be reading? Okay, so this is a script, right? Okay, so Virtue Signal, the game is social justice. So what's this going to be talking? Oh, okay, so this one card is called the Nazi card, and then if I play it twice, then apparently my white milk powers they surge. Yes, okay, interesting. Oh, the Antifa Crusader, third summer house. Oh, that one's a microaggression. Oh, jolly. Well, here we go.
plays as a different social justice warrior archetype. The base deck has 8, and each character has his own personality and unique activist
Captain
superpower.
Fedora.
The object of the game then is to attract followers to your character's cause, whatever that is. Followers attached to the character cards similar to dominoes.
I couldn't help, sister. I have no idea.
Is the winner. Pretty simple. Social justice activism is a contact sport though, and things are going to get rough. While you're trying to build your coalition up, all the other players are trying to stop you or even tear it down. The most common way is by accusing you of microaggressions.
Fun.
Microaggression is a bizarre accusation against your liberal person. Investigations into your
Fun.
past, slips of the tongue, problematic hand gestures, or more than likely something that makes no bloody sense at all. When a microaggression is played against you, it besmirches your progressive reputation and...
The lipstick lesbian. My eyes are up here. Your gaze lingered just for a split second too long on her breasts or butt or abs or fursuit or whatever your particular thing is. Oh, of course, because the male gaze. That's this is something that it's definitely a microaggression. We need to stop all these.
Enough accusations and your growth can be stopped entirely. Just as in real life, or unreal life if you prefer, your wounded liberal reputation can be fixed through virtue signaling.
Oh,
A virtue signal is an
fun.
empty ritual of progressive piety that makes you seem like a really good person and which probably doesn't help anyone or accomplish anything at all. The right kind of virtue signal removes the microaggression and lets you grow again. For example, if someone accuses you of cultural appropriation, you can signal your way out of clown jail by wearing the keffiyeh you bought in Palestine and wishing death by fire on the great Satan. Makes sense, right? Of course not.
this is so sad. Imagine sitting through an entire deck of this. And not only that, like finding it either funny or fun.
That's the whole point. But wait, I can hear you thinking. How can you simulate what it's like to be a social justice activist when the rules of social justice activism are changing constantly? This game sucks, reported for hate speech. Well, it just so happens that we already thought of that, smartass, which brings us to plots. Plots are global modifiers that change the rules of the game, some favor particular groups.
Like they actually spent a lot of time thinking this through. Like how do we properly represent the entire experience? How do we do social justice warriors in a card game? Wow.
Groups, some favor certain players, some bring the game to a halt, and others bring down fiery Armageddon. And then there's also one that returns the game state to normal, if that's what you're into. Be
Thermidorian reaction. Terror is only justice, prompt, severe, and inflexible. While this plot is in effect only the game leader as measured by the total value of the group in a Zir coalition, the Zir coalition, of course. Oh, they're gonna mix transphobia into the whole thing. But you may be accused of a microaggression. Sorry. I don't want to commit microaggressions while I'm criticizing this.
gone. Plot. There are also a variety of special cards with unique effects, such as stealing followers from someone's coalition, or forcing them to get a job, or triggering them so badly that they run away from the game crying.
New Season of the Boys is good.
Some are even worse. Of course, all these emotional scars can be avoided if you remember to play your safe space card, and crayons, and a juice box.
Oh, look at that. Look at that, y'all. There's crayons and there's a unicorn and glitter. Oh, what's that? Is it gay? Is Safe Spaces gay? Wow. And you know how that rhetoric goes, right? Gay is bad. Just remember that. Gay is bad. So you don't want to be effeminate. You don't want to be seen as a homosexual. And just enjoy your safe space. There you go.
And that's pretty much it. The game is strategic and competitive, and by the end, you and your friends will certainly be traumatized for the rest of your pointless lives. Now, before you run and tell Grandma that you were oppressed by a card game you saw on the internet,
that you saw, oh god, they're just begging for it. It's just like what's his face, Dave Rubin's book, where the whole thing is like, don't burn this book, come on, don't do it, we're censored. Have you seen CancelCon? All right, we're getting canceled, y'all. No one cares. Like this is, no one's gonna flag this shit. It's so boring. Like it's hard to even laugh at this. It's like it's more sad than it is funny. And Vermin, my idea was that maybe we could get it from like a used eBay sale or an Amazon sale. Then it doesn't directly help them, but at the same time, well, first off, I don't want to get a used copy of this game. Every card is going to be copied and covered in cum. Like every single card, half of them will be stuck together. Like you know what's going to happen. There's no such thing as a used version of this game that isn't completely sullied. So that's going to be a problem. We won't be able to get a deck that's not completely covered in semen. So I mean, I guess we could do something to try and rectify that rectum. Sorry, I got distracted.
we want to be clear that while we pulled no punches, we tried to make sure that all the punches were aimed up. This parody mostly attacks people who use these issues cynically for their own gain. And that's never a bad thing. Production is now complete, and all the games are on their way to the shipping company. We'll keep you up to date with when you can expect to get your hands on them. If you missed our Kickstarter, don't panic. You still have the opportunity to pre-order the game from our website. Check the links below for details, and come get woke.
Well, the only good news that came from that is we didn't have to watch Mr. Obvious anymore. So there's that thing. Hey, we want to mutual aid you to get some eyeballs on your work. So if you have a leftist YouTube channel or Twitch stream or something you want us to advertise, just send us a 20 to 30 second ad using the forums at weareserfs.com. We'll do our best to help you out. And please submit once per channel.
To our God, I'm Wrath. We pray at your altar of greatness. To our monarch, Thomas Bone, you are the light that guides our path. To our lords, Jeffrey Lamb, Trevor R., Stephen, Ninetails Cosmic Fox, Hans Josephine, and Poppy Nelson, we bow meekly for your pleasure. To our knights of the Round Table, Josh Mickelson, Dylan Byth, Alexander Thaler, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Clement Chetska, Skybear Games, Moss Beast, Political Puppy, Ali Menthol, Jimmy Bignuts, Alan R., Andreas Chitoro, Good Poon Hates Cops, That's Solid Poon Then, Dr. Zayas, Joppy, Radiclu, Violent Orchard, and Sophie Baby, we salute you. And to our many merchants and farmers, thank you. Fuck you, Lance!